And now we are going into Power Rangers Zeo, which is my favorite team. I love this team. I liked a clear, defined Tommy as the leader. I liked Billy in the command center. I thought Adam was a solid number 2 in command.
I agree.
I thought Rocky was a number 2 in command, so you have him as your number 3 was very good. I always associate this with, or looking at it as, this is Tommy's team.
I would agree, because the original team was Jason's team.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like a mix for a while, and now
Yes.
it's Tommy's team.
It is. And even the Turbo Rangers, like, it's not really. Nobody claims to own the Turbo Rangers.
No.
Like, even in the reunion shows, like, Tommy's never Red Turbo. TJ is the Red Turbo Ranger in one episode. After that, he's like, yeah, I'm Blue Space. I'm good. Let's rock it. We're good.
Turbo was the dirty stepchild of the Power Rangers in the United States, at least.
It was. So we're into Zeo, which is now season 4. He is the team leader. Red Zeo number 5, Zeo Ranger number 5. This is when he gets the Dear John letter from Kimberly. So they're done.
They're done.
No long-term relationship via pen pals, because that was probably super hard to have.
Because there was no FaceTime or Snapchat or Instagram
Tinder or whatever.
Tinder or whatever else was out there.
Got these smoke signals. She was in Paris for the Pan Global Games.
Dial-up AOL.
Yeah. So Tommy and Kat begin dating. So this is an arc that we're seeing kind of take fold here. We saw it in season 3. It's in season 4. For a kid's show, going 2 seasons worth of a relationship is, if it's not Dawson's Creek or Saved by the Bell, it's pretty impressive.
90210.
Yep. So they get new Zords, obviously, more toys. He gets the Red Battle Zord, and here's a quick little thing about the character development of Tommy. He's unable, the Red Battle Zord's connected to your emotions.
Yes.
So he's unable to calm himself. He's kind of agitated, he's nervous, whatever the excuse is in that episode. So he goes on a spiritual journey to find peace of mind, meets up with his long-lost twin brother, David Trueheart, who is portrayed by JDF's real brother, Eric Frank.
Yes.
So they have a 6th Ranger in Zeo Ranger Gold, and I was disappointed as a kid that it wasn't Billy. I really liked Billy. But also, I was super psyched that Jason was back.
Also true.
So they make it that they're losing. Billy can't morph anymore, which is terrible to hear as a kid. Tommy goes, I got somebody, and Tommy in storyline is the guy that gets Jason back. Jason is also the person that another time Tommy gets brainwashed. So this is the second time he's been brainwashed. He was brainwashed by Rita.
Yep.
Now he's brainwashed by the Machine Empire, thinking that the Rangers are a threat.
Right.
It's a pretty good episode, one of the better ones of Zeo, where it's Kat and Jason that have to calm him down. So that happens as well. And this just popped in my head as I'm doing this. If I'm wrong, I apologize. If I'm right, good on me. I believe that Zeo was the first Power Ranger team up because they teamed up with the Rangers of Aquitar, the Alien Rangers, from when they were kids. I think they do.
I think that seems right. At least in the United States version.
Yes. So I think that is correct. I have not confirmed that. That is something that just popped in my head. If that's true, then Tommy Oliver is the first part of the first team to team up with other Rangers. So again, foreshadowing for leading big teams. So Zeo ends. Why? Who knows? It just ends. It just
Even though they're supposed to be the most powerful Rangers ever created.
Yes. So if you're ever on Reddit and they go, what team is the most powerful of all time, do you think? The answer is the Zeo Rangers. Correct. Because they get more powerful over time. So the older we get, the more powerful they get, and the easier that conversation gets to have. So we go into Turbo, and the Zeo powers work because you see Kat morph for a split second in the movie, which is canon.
Which is horrible.
Yeah, but you know what? At least it's canon, though.
Yeah, no, I know it's canon, but
the original movie is just not good, and it doesn't count.
Right.
But you do have that really good theme song.
That's true.
So Turbo movie and the season are kind of meshed together. Not a lot happens. That's good. It's regarded as one of the worst seasons of Power Rangers. Definitely, I would say most fans of the Zordon era say that this is the worst season. You do see the Zeo powers in Turbo. They just stopped using them. Again, we don't know why. Tommy and the Turbo Rangers I'm not even talking about the blue one. I'm just gonna say the Turbo Rangers. I'm not going down that path. And the team rescue Jason and Kimberly, and there's this one line from Jason in the movie where he's possessed, and he snaps off the chains that were, he was being held prisoner, and he says the line of, "Now I'm the one with all the power," and that has been looked at as kind of breaking the fourth wall a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Of them not having the best professional relationship. Again, that's hearsay. We're not going to go into that. Also, maybe Jason was going to come back in another role. I don't know, but it's an interesting line. Turbo happens, and that's exactly how I was going to describe it. Turbo happens.
It happens.
TJ is a new guy in the area. Him and some friends are hanging out, just like Rocky, Adam, and Aisha during the Mighty Morphin era. There's some new people coming around, and he saves Tommy. Tommy's going to be graduating high school. He wants to go to MIT. That's important. Remember, he wants to go to MIT.
Correct.
He passes on the power, and off he goes. So that is the end of Tommy as a Power Ranger. Season 1 through 5. Any, before we get into like the second half, so to speak, of this retrospective, any thoughts on the original Tommy or full-time Tommy Oliver run as a Power Ranger?
I just remember as a kid, every time you turned on the Power Rangers in the 90s and even the early 2000s, you were like, this guy's still in the show kind of thing. And,
Yes.
Tommy's still
Yes.
in this show. You're like, oh, all right. And then the next season would come out and Tommy's still in the show. You're like, okay. And then the next season comes out and you're like, Tommy's still in the show.
He's this guy.
Which was great, but he became the guy. When
Yep.
you thought Power Rangers, you picture his face. More so than any of the other original Rangers. I think when anybody now goes Power Rangers, they would think of, the Green Ranger. Yeah, that's probably the most popular.
Yeah, I would say so. And also, I think another part of JDF's legacy is he was the guy that wasn't embarrassed to stay on.
No.
He was the guy that wasn't embarrassed to do an autograph signing because he was a Power Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy that wasn't embarrassed to do reunion shows, although he wasn't the first. Gotta say that.
No, he wasn't the first, but
wasn't the
he
first.
was always happy to do them.
He wanted to do them. So that's, I think, why he gets I don't want to say all the fanfare, but the fanfare that he gets is because of this.
Right.
And also he probably moves the merchandise even now. And again, I don't understand when folks say, I don't know why they're making another Tommy figure. Well, when Hasbro gets their revenue reports and they go, wow, Tommy sold X amount and everybody else sold Y amount, we should probably stop making Tommy figures. No. They're going to keep making them until they stop being sold.
Now, the reason I said I keep watching this season, he's still in the show. Obviously, Power Rangers took a back burner for us later years of grammar school, high school, things like that. But I remember you getting me back into the show when you showed me the intro to Dino Thunder.
Yes, and we were going to get there in a second.
That'll be the segue right there.
Yes.